Good day and welcome to Royal Top Stories, where crowns meet consequences and history updates itself in real time. The royal conversation is exploding right now because one decision is reshaping everything as Meghan Markle's royal title is removed. The impact does not stop with her. It flows directly to Archie and Lilibet, the Sussex children. This is no longer just a story about a duchess. It is a story about inheritance, identity, and what it means to be born into royalty in a modern world. Quick favor, if you are enjoying this royal breakdown, hit that subscribe button and tap the notifications bell. It is free, takes a second, and helps Royal Top Stories keep bringing you the latest palace twists. Thank you if you did. Now, back to the story. Right now, attention is shifting from Meghan to her children. In royal tradition, a child's title is tied to their parent's status. It is not symbolic, it is structural. Titles are passed down through clearly defined lines, and when a parent's recognized royal styling changes, the child's public status changes with it. That is how the system works, and that is why Archie and Lilibet are suddenly at the center of this storm. As the Sussex title is removed from Meghan, the children's connection to that title weakens instantly. Their royal bloodline remains through Prince Harry as the son of the king, but their styling and public designation are affected by their parents' position. In practical terms, the Sussex label fades from their identity. They remain royal by birth, but their presentation as titled royals shifts into a quieter, more distant category. Think of it like a family crest stitched onto a coat. When the crest is taken off, the coat still exists, but the badge of rank is gone. Archie and Lilibet still belong to the royal family tree, but the visible symbol of Sussex is no longer sewn into their future. This moment matters because titles are more than names. They shape how history records someone. They determine how a person is introduced, how they appear in official documents, and how the public understands their place in the monarchy. For two children growing up outside palace walls, this change redraws the map of their identity. Transitioning deeper, this also reveals how the monarchy is redefining accountability. The institution is making it clear that privilege and responsibility are inseparable. If a title depends on conduct and connection to royal duty, then the consequences of losing that title extend outward, not as punishment, but as structure. The system is reinforcing that royal status is not permanent by default. It is conditional on alignment with the institution. Public reaction is already splitting in two directions. One side argues that children should never be affected by adult decisions. The other side insists that royal titles are not heirlooms, but roles, and roles require participation in royal life. This divide is emotional because it touches on fairness, legacy, and the meaning of birthright. Now, consider Prince Harry's position. His children's place in the line of succession remains intact because that is determined by bloodline. However, public titles and styles are shaped by palace recognition and parental status. Without the Sussex designation tied to Meghan, the children's royal image becomes more symbolic than functional. They become royal by ancestry, but detached from royal duty. This is where the story becomes historic. We are watching the monarchy adjust its definition of royal identity. In the past, children born into royalty were raised within palaces and trained for public roles. Archie and Lilibet are being raised in a different world, far from royal routine. Their situation creates a new category of royal existence. Born royal, raised privately, connected by lineage but separated by lifestyle. Transitioning again and look at the emotional layer. For Meghan, this moment is about her own status and standing. For her children, it is about future perception. How will they be described as adults? As royal grandchildren? As private citizens with royal roots? As symbols of a divided family? These labels are forming now in public conversation, and once formed, they rarely disappear. There is also a constitutional side to this. The monarchy operates on precedent. Every action becomes a reference point. If parental status alters children's public titles in this case, future royal families may face the same framework. This is how royal rules evolve, not with announcements alone, but with decisions that quietly reshape expectations. Culturally, this change is powerful. In Britain, titles represent hierarchy and tradition. Internationally, they represent fascination and prestige. Archie and Lilibet's names already travel around the world. Their royal connection is part of their story, whether they want it or not. Adjusting that connection changes how the world sees them. Less palace, more private. Less crown, more surname. Here's the irony. The independence Meghan and Harry sought is now defining their children's royal image. By stepping away from royal duties, they changed how inheritance looks in practice. Their children become the living example of a modern royal experiment. How to belong to a monarchy without living within it. Transitioning forward, palace observers are watching this closely, not for drama alone, but for legacy. What happens to Archie and Lilibet now shapes how future generations of royals may be treated if they step away from official roles. It draws a line between duty and distance, between title and trust. For the public, this is not just a family story. It is a lesson in how institutions protect meaning. Titles are not decorations. They are agreements with history. When one part of that agreement changes, everyone connected to it feels the shift. So where does this leave the Sussex children at this moment? In a rare space between crown and common life. Royal by birth, defined by decisions made before they could choose, known by name but increasingly separated from formal royal identity. This is not about taking identity away from children. It is about redefining what royal identity looks like in a world where streaming contracts exist alongside coronations and where palace walls compete with private estates. And that is why this story matters. It is not only about Meghan's title. It is about the future shape of royal inheritance. It is about how the monarchy adapts to modern choices and modern consequences. And it is about two young names now standing at the center of a global debate over bloodline, duty, and belonging. Thank you for watching Royal Top Stories.